everybody, to this week's CoachingHangout.com episode. This week we are going to be a little silly and goofy and just share our favorite YouTube videos. So sometimes you got to learn to play and have fun and enjoy what you're doing, and that's what this is all about this week, is what makes you laugh on YouTube. So that is what today's topic is. That's what we're going to be covering all day today. I am Sean Adams, the founder here at Marketing, or that's great, hello, here at Hangout.com. I just came out of a meeting for a product lunch on a site called Marketing Online, and that's why that's in my head.
You just promoted yourself.
Yes, so welcome everybody, and Wendy, would you like to introduce yourself?
I would. I am Wendy Katsarakis from Melbourne, Australia. I am a UIBC graduate, and currently I am working and have a business called youngprofessionalsatwork.com.
Fabulous. Excellent. Welcome. Glad you're here. I'm looking forward to today's Hangout because I love silly, absurd YouTube videos. And so I'm looking forward to what you find really entertaining on YouTube. So I know what my official first one will be. I already told everybody last week and even showed a small clip of it. But I'm going to start out with what is one of my all-time favorite YouTube videos, and it's fairly well known and not overly new to anyone. It's up to 531 million views right now. And so I'm going to let it just go ahead and load. I'm breaking some of the Google Hangout rules at the moment, but it's what needs to be done sometimes, so that's what we do. So what I'm actually breaking the rule on is, I'm on a wireless network instead of a wired network, which is one of the big no-nos in the world of doing a Google Plus Hangout. I also don't have a headset on, so I'm going with just the audio that's with my computer, which will also be adventurous. But minus those two, we're doing okay, and it seems like the connection's strong enough that we seem to be working really, really well. So I'm going to invite a couple more of the folks that I know are regular visitors and see if they can join us as well. I had a couple people say they were going to be here, so I'm going to just join them or invite them. We have some of our regulars here, so I'm going to send out some invitations out to the folks that said they were going to be here. I'm going to check. I think I have one more I missed. Nope, I need to invite Robert and Fiona. Okay, so this is the other thing, is that with the joy of doing this stuff, I can invite whoever I want, and as people say yes, I'll be here on the event page, I can see that they're there and bring them in, and they can all join us, and everybody gets to contribute their favorite videos. And so this is the great piece of it. So sometimes it's a one-on-one conversation, sometimes it's open with lots and lots of people, and today it's going to be that open with lots of people, which to me makes it even more fun. So I think we're in good shape. Wendy, do you have anything you want to say? Any thoughts on YouTube? Do you go to it often? Do you use it for a good laugh? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't go to it very often, but I am starting to embrace it, because when I do go on, I can see the fun and value in it. And that's about all I have to say, except for the fact that the one that you like and the one that you showed us a tiny bit of last week, apparently everybody is talking about it since you showed us. Everybody out there is saying, look at this, or it's on the radio and they're saying, oh, that is the best thing. So clearly it's a goodie.
It definitely has become popular, definitely something people really seem to enjoy. We have our next little visitor, Robert. Welcome to the Hangout.
Hi there, Sean. I was wondering if I was going to get invited. I hustled back from my run so I could be here in time.
Yeah, I saw you pop in and say that you were coming, so I instantly, as soon as I saw you make a note on the events page, I decided to invite you in. So I'm glad you're here. And also, it's one of those great things that on the events page, or if you go to just coachinghangout.com, you'll see there's a link there, a really long HTTPS link that starts with plus.google.com. That link will actually take you directly into the Hangout. So even if you didn't get invited, that would have at least let you access and join us.
Oh, so you can get there from the coachinghangout.com page?
You can. There's a link both in the comment section under Facebook, the Facebook comments, there's the link, and also in the main section on the left side. It's not a live link. You have to just copy and paste, but you'll see there it says join us live now at, and then there's a big link there that you could go to. So lots of options. So you might have to hit refresh because I just updated that page on Coaching Hangout. And speaking of that, Tom just asked me to send him the Hangout, so I just sent him the link again, so he should be joining us too. So Robert, today is a fun day of talking about favorite YouTube videos. Are you a YouTube fan? Do you find yourself losing hours of productivity time watching really bizarre things on YouTube?
No, I don't actually. It was interesting. I tend to be a humor seeker, but when you asked the question, I kind of struggled with like funny videos. But the ones I tend to be drawn to are more the inspirational ones. Like I love those videos about people that have been on like America's Got Talent, or that one, the European version, where just people who come out of nowhere and look like they don't possibly have any talent whatsoever, but they get up there and sing like an opera singer or whatever. Those are the ones that I end up saving. I actually went into my YouTube, my own YouTube channel page, whatever, and was looking for some. I know I've saved some of them, but those are the ones that came to mind first for me.
Well, and that's the two that I have lined up. One is what I just find really entertaining, which I gave everybody a little bit of a teaser last week on, and then the other one is one of my favorite inspirational ones that is from Oprah Winfrey. She did a live show in downtown Chicago, and it's a Black Eyed Peas flash mob.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I love that.
An inspiration one. But I also, especially, America's Got Talent is one of my favorite venues for finding inspirational ones. I think you and I might be thinking about the same guy who's kind of pretty goth, lots of eye makeup and interesting contacts and things like that, but his voice was just amazing. And his experience and what he says afterwards is super inspirational. So I'm thinking that might be similar to the one that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, and YouTube's changed again, and like I'm even looking for the ones that I've saved as my favorites, and I'm not even seeing them now. So
yeah, they're trying to make it more user friendly, but it hurt kind of people who've been there for a really long time, unfortunately. So
yeah, I can't even find the ones that I saved as my favorites.
Yeah, it might be from your channel, which is where you might need to go. But while you're taking a look, I'm going to actually bring in Tom. Tom, how are you?
Good, thanks, Sean. Yourself?
I'm doing well, thanks. Tom's another one of our regular hangouters. I don't know if that's really a word, but we're going to pretend I made it one today. And so I'm sitting in a hallway here at a meeting in San Diego, so if you see me poking my head, like looking off to the side, I'm looking at the people walking past. So Tom, are you a big YouTube fan? Do you use it often? What do you use YouTube for?
So I actually used YouTube for a couple of things. The first thing is just for some laughs every now and then, so that's one thing, but it's actually quite a good resource for anything that you want to do. Anything how-to, or you're stuck on something, or yeah, I use it for multiple things. Even in my offline business, doing electrical work, there's some information on there as well that's really great.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's funny whenever as a coach, and this is since this is coachinghangout.com, I'll share my little secret. That really isn't much of a secret, but it's still my little secret that I use all the time. There's lots of folks out there who talk about, like, I get questions all the time, especially as an internet coach, I get questions all the time on, like, so how do I put a blah, blah, blah in the right side of my widget on my site? And if I don't know the answer, my number one first stop is go to YouTube. Somebody somewhere made a video to tell me how to do it, including the how do I post a video on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and have somebody show you a video of how to post a video on YouTube. Like, it is an amazing resource. And as a coach, that's one of my recommendations, is using it to your advantage. And learning about it and using that as best you can to your advantage when you can. It is really, really super powerful. So I totally agree with you on that one.
Oh.
So,
Can I just say that Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think I need to go off and get a hat because I've just noticed that everybody's wearing hats except me.
Well, and I think I may have mentioned this in a previous call at one point. I was once on a Hangout that the only requirement for being on the Hangout was that you were wearing a hat. And after that, it was a free-for-all conversation. But if you came on without a hat, people would kick you off.
Right, so I'll go now. Bye.
Yeah. But you're allowed. This is not a hat-required Hangout, so that's okay. You can stay without a hat.
Cool.
I usually wear one on these because if I wasn't wearing one, you guys wouldn't be able to see anything off the glare off the top of my head. So I just do it out of convenience of being able to see, really, more than anything.
And mine is because I just got back from a run, so you don't want to see what my hair looks like after it comes back from a run.
Excellent. All right, so I'm seeing Robert's got himself his. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I can't wait to see what this is, Robert. Robert sent me the link to one of his favorites.
It's kind of long, but you can get just a little bit of it. It's pretty darn funny.
I'm not gonna lie, Robert. I'm afraid strictly by the title, and so I'm gonna start with the one that I teased last week, and we'll play parts of it, and then Robert, we're gonna come in, and I think we're gonna go do you next. I don't know what this is, but I'm scared of it. So, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to screen share the YouTube video that I'm going to show. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share. I've got a bunch of pages open, but you'll see how it is. So let me just get to my screen share in a second while I freeze. So you probably don't know what's going on. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so I'm back, sort of. Sorry for the challenge here. All right, so I'm going to start sharing so you can see the screen. This is the video I'm going to share. You can see that it has. Let me give me a second while everything loads up for a second. Connection issues, but this is part of the experience. Not if you guys can hear me. You can't?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you, everybody, for the nod. So this is the video I'm going to start with. It is very well known. I'm going to leave it just as this thing instead of going full screen. This is called Gangnam Style by an artist named Psy. He is a Korean hip-hop artist. And I probably won't play the whole thing, but I'll play at least a bit. Please note the fact that it now has 531 million views. So you don't necessarily have to be talented, you just have to do something that people find entertaining. So here we go with Gangnam Style. Then I'll do a little editorial as we go. So here he is, asleep on a beach. I have no idea what he says, and I don't really care. But so here he is, just sleeping on a beach. And you'll see the dance coming out in a second. Here we go. This is the dance. Get ready? Very easy to learn. You don't even have to be that talented. There it is, right there. That's it. This is my favorite scene. Okay, so I'll just show that little tidbit. You guys can go check it out. You just put in Gangnam Style Psy and you'll find his video. I absolutely love that video for no other reason than like he's absolutely making fun of the whole video hip-hop ideal. Like you could see in just previous to where I stopped it, like the women with him are like annoyed by like all this stuff being thrown at it. As I continue to play, you'll see like his face and his mouth and everything actually get covered in whatever this white stuff that is that's blowing at them. It's just that cheesy. I mean, they jump to 3 guys in a sauna. Like I don't really get what this is all about. And Tom, I see you're asking if I want to use the YouTube app. It was not letting me play the audio, so that's why I didn't do it. And then the cheesy explosion scene, you've got it all in here. So I highly recommend watching it. It's super fantastic. It makes me cry. It's so painful. So that is my personal first recommendation of if you ever just need, and the dance is really easy to learn. If you do Gangnam Style Ellen, he actually comes on the Ellen Show and teaches Britney Spears how to do Gangnam Style dancing. So for my Halloween costume, you may know this person, Robert. I have a friend named Anthony Lee in San Francisco who, if he put on about 15 pounds, 20 pounds, he would look exactly like Psy. And so he's tempted to get this really cheesy suit that he's got on, this like really, really bad tuxedo. And then later on in the video, and I'll see if I can hunt down where in the video it is, there's this equally cheesy guy in a yellow suit. There he is. That will be my costume, is that gentleman in the yellow suit with the really bad black bowl haircut. And the and so Psy, his theme for this, when he tells people about what Gangnam Style is, his response is that you dress sexy and dance cheesy. And so if you that's all you need to know. Dress sexy, dance cheesy, and you can do Gangnam Style. There's even a great image floating around on Facebook that there's somewhere in some city they have a sign up of things like no smoking, no eating, and there's actually a no Gangnam Style sign that was posted in this public place in some city. It's quite entertaining. So I just thought I would share this all with you guys. That's one of my favorite videos. Dress classy, dance cheesy. That's how it goes. Thanks, Tom.
Will you be wearing a wig like that, Sean?
That's the plan, is to go with the really bad, the black bowl cut wig, the bright yellow suit, the pants that aren't quite long enough, and then he's got like big, giant, round, like almost, I don't even know what you would call it. I would call it Jersey girl glasses, but that's probably really offensive. But those big round glasses, I just know that because my friends from Jersey wear those big round sunglasses. So that's going to be, and then we're going to get like a battery-powered speakers and an iPod and stick it in the pocket of the suit and just walk around San Francisco doing Gangnam Style everywhere.
Beautiful.
So this is how we plan to entertain ourselves for Halloween. So as you can tell, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be entertaining in the world of YouTube. So I've got yours loading up, Robert.
Hesitantly.
But are you ready, Robert, to give a little bit of an explanation as I play it?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, actually, Sean.
All right, so here we go. We're going to roll out.
You might want to go a little bit into it. There's kind of like an introduction at the beginning, and it's long. So.
Does that look good enough in?
Yep, that'll work. Okay.
So this is called The Funniest Horse Act Ever, Tommy Turvey and Poker Joe. Yeah, Robert is a good.
It's all clean, Sean. You sound hesitant, but it's all clean. There's no animal cruelty. No animals were harmed in the making of this video, so you should be good.
Okay, I'm also just going to put the caveat that this is not my choice. So anybody who wants
please,
to not blame Coaching Hangout. So here we go. Okay, I'm scared already. Okay, anything that does an Austin Powers reference makes me happy. I'm just gonna zip. So.
I should have found a good spot on this video for you.
That's right. Oh, the horse is now dead. I'm not gonna lie, it's making me laugh, and I'm not sure why. Okay. You know,
For
I don't know.
for review later.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm gonna just own this fact that it's making me laugh, and I don't know why, and I'm not sure if it should, but I think it's funny. Um, and I don't know why. But thank you, Robert. We've got funniest horse act ever, of Tommy Turvey and Poker Joe. So this is definitely one to come back to, and I will make. What I'm going to do is inside Coaching Hangout, I'm going to just keep adding comments, and I'm going to add a comment. Each comment will be a link to each video that we've shared. So we started out with Gangnam Style, so let me go ahead and copy that and put it into a comment. This way, anybody who watches this video later, this recording later, can go to coachinghangout.com and at least find the links to all of them. So, Gangnam Style. All right, so that is the first video. And then we have the next one, thanks to Robert. Thank you, Robert, for sharing it. I know I was giving you a hard time. Horse video. And we'll add that one. So we have a contribution from Tom, which is Pac-Man trashes the French supermarket. I'm going to let this load up for a second just so it can have a little bit of video going. So let me get it started and let it start loading up, and then we'll come back to it. I don't know, Tom. Like, this is why I love doing these things. You never quite know what you're going to get. And clearly we have a really bad dancing horse video and Pac-Man.
It's
This
very
is why
the previous one.
Okay, so it's starting. So I'm gonna let that pause and kind of play itself out a little bit. Oh, it's a quick. It looks like it's loading quite nicely.
Yeah. It's about 2 minutes long, but it's worth watching.
All right, so here we go, everybody. This is Tom's contribution. Tom, you can do the voiceover if you want to explain pieces.
I don't think there's any need for explanation in this one.
All right, here we go, everybody. This is Pac-Man trashes French supermarket. Oh my God. I officially want to be their friends. So wrong. Oh my God. See, no one ever sees the injuries Pac-Man gets, the danger he puts himself in for us and our enjoyment. Oh, you're not going to mess up a snooker game. Oh, that's not cool, Pac-Man. But I love it. He has to go around and pick up any random white ball he can find. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's really brilliant and disturbing and painfully entertaining.
Always brings a smile to my face.
All right, Tom. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and pause and add the Pac-Man video now to the page. I still worry about you, Tom, but I like it. I give it huge thumbs up. Pac-Man video.
And I would just like to say that I haven't watched the YouTube video yet on how to give you a link via Google Hangout, so I've just got a handwritten note on my favorite one.
Okay. What's the name of it? And I'll do
Okay,
it.
so my favorite one, it's a bit long, so I can probably tell you how to get into the best bit, but it's Mr. Bean's Christmas.
Mr. Bean's Christmas.
And I don't know if Americans are fans of Mr. Bean, but he's a bit of an icon in the UK and Australia.
All right.
And it's the one where he puts the turkey on his head.
So it's this one here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get it started up so it starts loading. I don't even know what to do with a man and a turkey on his head, but we're going to find out in a minute.
And if you don't want to watch the whole lot, if you can move forward towards the middle where he puts where he starts playing with the turkey, that's probably the funniest bit.
All right, let me go ahead and skip to the video. And you'll notice here that when you get good with your videos, you can then get advertising and get paid for having advertising on your videos. So that's also a perk of doing this stuff on YouTube. So just a little FYI for everybody. All right, I'm going to let it load so it can get to the turkey point. I'm going to show you guys my other one that I love, which is the Black Eyed Peas Flash Mob one. So we're going to go ahead and get that guy started. So this was the start of, in 2009, this was the start of Oprah's new season. And so the Black Eyed Peas were going to perform. And just keep an eye, you'll see like the audience is kind of not really into it, except for this like one absolutely like freaked out brunette in the middle that everyone's kind of like, dude, I'm getting away from her. And so I've seen this video used as a lot about how like the power of influence until I let them know that it was a planned flash mob. But what I love about this video is the order it starts to go through, and then eventually when you check out Oprah's reaction as things start to happen. That's actually one of my all-time favorite moments of this. So now you can see how a flash mob works. It starts to get a little bit more motion going on. You get a few more people involved. And so like Oprah's kind of like, and it's cool. She's got some folks going on. And now you see the next level of the flash mob kick in. So it's now a little bit bigger, still middle of the thing. And it's all orchestrated, all planned. And now you'll see the next level kick in. And mind you, this is like, I don't know how many, like that's my favorite scene right there, watching Oprah get super excited about it. And so this is kind of, like, you'll see flash mobs that are just for entertainment, but I've never seen one orchestrated with like a major television show's like launch of a new season. But just, so this is one of those, like Robert was talking about, inspirational videos. And you can see the size of the crowd, and they literally get everyone in the crowd involved. It's just something to check out. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that one as well. It's definitely one of my more favorite. That's good English, Sean. That's one of my favorite inspirational ones. So this is Oprah Flash Mob. So that's another edition. Let me go to Mr. Bean land here. Let's see if we're at the turkey yet. Doesn't look, nope, he's still doing his other stuff. Here it is. All right, so let me get to where he is with the turkey, and I'll get it loading from there. And I love that everybody, okay, so we'll come back to that after it loads a little bit. I think I've seen this, and you're absolutely right. This is painfully funny.
That is
Robert,
a huge turkey.
It is. I'm scared of the turkey itself, let alone what he's about to do with it. So I'm loading up Ellen's hilarious scare montage. Okay, Robert. I was too harsh on Robert's first choice, so he wants a second chance, which I don't think.
No,
is
not because of you. No.
Okay. So we'll let Ellen's hilarious scare montage load up too in a minute. Once it starts loading, I'll pause it so it's it'll load while we're watching the other one. So this is why I love doing these kind of things. We just start to have some fun. There is a YouTube widget within Google Hangout, and I'll just be honest and say I have not perfected it yet, which is why we're doing it via screen share instead. But I will make a point of learning it and teaching it to all you guys in the near future, as soon as we get Ellen up and rolling here.
You know, what was interesting too is the page that it took me to. I just searched Ellen's scare or something like that, and it took me to that page that's branded by her too. I found that interesting.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, she has.
Really hard to make my guests feel.
Oop, there we go. Okay, Ellen's here. That's one of the great things about YouTube as well, is that you can actually have really clearly branded channels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody can have their own channel. I have my own channel, but you can have your own channel and you can clearly brand your own channel. But it's yeah, and it's a great way of really continuing to establish yourself effectively as within the world of video, and everything gets fed to your channel on video, and you get to be able to really brand yourself with whatever that is that you're doing. Like ideally, what I should have done is have a Google account just for Coaching Hangout, and have all my Coaching Hangout videos go to that one location instead of my personal account. That would be the ideal. It's not what I've been doing, but it is something I could or should do to brand this business. So that's another thing from a coaching training perspective that you can do, is really brand yourself via your YouTube channel, like Ellen has done, which we will see in a moment. But before then, it's time for Mr. Bean and his really big turkey. And we've all been there. We've all stuffed a turkey. And it's when turkeys fight back that become the problem. This is why turkey should come with a "don't wear your watch" warning. Very true. Okay, not okay. That's just wrong on so many levels.
It's so funny.
Fabulous. All right. I'm giving huge points to the Mr. Bean's Thanksgiving turkey issue, or Christmas thing. All right, here we go. Mr. Bean, you're getting added in. Mr. Bean's Christmas. All right, we're adding in Mr. Bean's Christmas. Thank you for sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
I worry about you, yet I'm very entertained. All right, we're going to move on to Ellen's scary montage, but before I do that, let me load up. Tom has shared a new one. Chick eats wasabi sandwich prank. I can already guess where this is going, and I worry. That's all I'm going to say. So as soon as this loads up, we'll go back to Ellen and her hilarious, scary montage. Ellen, in general, makes me laugh. I think she's just funny across the board, and scaring people is also really funny. So combined, I'm really looking forward to this. So here we go with Ellen and her scare montage.
Really comfortable. That way they'll be more surprised when we scare them. We've had a lot of great scares this year. Enjoy.
Accountability. Prop 30 is about education and accountability.
Stop there. Stop there. You get scared
Oh my,
Hey, you want lettuce on your sandwich?
oh my God. This is so wrong. All right, I'm gonna pause it there. We'll come back to the chicken eats wasabi sandwich. So I gotta add in Ellen's scare montage. I love it. I will be watching that one consistently, I must say. That was excellent contribution. Thank you, Robert. I know I will watch that over and over now. I'm just going to go back to this page to watch these videos all the time. So I appreciate the feedback and the contribution very much, Robert.
That was my comeback video.
Are you feeling better about your choice?
I am. Note to self, don't include a 10-minute video in a 30-minute Hangout.
Well, giving you the high five, you can't see me. Okay. Note to self, don't try to do physical actions on your cam when you're screen sharing. The high five I just gave you, Robert, was super ineffective. So let's try this again.
The opposite can be true,
Little things
too.
you learn during Hangouts.
Be careful about
you guys should be able to see.
Be careful of the gestures
Now I can
that
give you a high five.
Be careful of the gestures that you do when you think you're on screen share. How about that one?
Also true. You may forget that you're on screen share, and yeah, you just need to be aware. Self-awareness is good. Hangout awareness, people. Hangout awareness.
It is the whole Google Hangout thing. When you're used to being on conference calls and kind of multitasking and dealing with others in your environment, and all of a sudden you realize you're on video, you definitely have to be careful.
Well, that's also why I love using Hangout as an opportunity for doing coaching or coaching, because you know clearly who's multitasking.
Mm-hmm. Like snacking, you mean?
Yes, like snacking. Yes. No, no snack. Yeah. That's good. So, okay, we're going to Chick Eats Wasabi Sandwich. Is it safe to start about here, Tom? I kind of zoomed in.
I would start at the start because it gives you a bit of an intro. You may want to skip a little bit of the middle of it.
Okay, so
now this is a series. This is a couple that has the title "Prank versus Prank" in there. So there's a whole series of these pranks. So they're worth
it's basically who can get who the best.
Yes.
Okay, so here's so instead of mayonnaise, you just spread your bread with wasabi. Which, as a sushi fan, this is not necessarily.
Hey, you want lettuce on your sandwich?
No, good. Always good to bring the other person into the conversation and pretend they contributed to their own downfall. I like that. Oh, he washed the lettuce. I applaud that too. Good job on his part. That's going to make for a fantastic accoutrement to the sandwich is vinegar and wasabi. That's very nice. I think the name of this video should be "How to Lose a Partner."
If you watch the series, you'll understand a little bit more. This is timid.
This is just one side. This is him getting some revenge, probably.
Yep.
So let's watch her reaction. I look forward to seeing how well this goes over.
There's a little bit of language here.
I'll mute the sound so we don't hear the language. That way we don't offend anybody on the call, but we can still see reaction because I'm assuming that's actually the actual perk of it all. Bite one, a wasabi sandwich. She is not seeming happy. That's usually not what you want your lunch to end up as. She's cursing at him, but we pretend we didn't read her lips there. And she's unhappy and some more cursing, so she goes for the bottle of water because that's what you want when your mouth is on fire from wasabi. So I like this strictly from the two-tier cruel attack. It's not just the wasabi sandwich, but it's followed up with, I'm going to make it worse by not giving you something to drink that's edible. I like it. This is like prank 102. Prank 101 would have been just the sandwich, but prank 102 is bringing in the distilled vinegar. I like it's cruel but very entertaining. Thank you, Tom, for that.
Yes. They are well planned out pranks. These two continually are getting each other. They live with each other, so
I like it.
I don't think they would get much sleep.
So wasabi sandwich prank. So there we go. I will share that one. I've got one more I want to share, which is the one that Robert and I were talking about, and this is that one. I'll just play it and let you guys see. I'll let you see a little bit. So here's this gentleman. Let me pause here for a second. He's 19 years old. Clearly, when you see him, you're thinking, and you know he's going to sing, you're probably expecting something slightly different than what you're about to hear. So let me turn the volume up on this one and let you hear this person's voice.
Wow.
So these are the ones like Robert was talking about. I totally agree. Like those total out of the blue, not what you expected. If you want to see this, I'm going to post the whole video of his kind of pre-talk, like the introducing him, telling a little bit of his story behind the scenes, all of that. So this is the full video of all of that from the America's Got Talent show. That's the one I'm going to post for folks, just so you can see it on the site. Because I think hearing his whole story and seeing him introduced and all of that is really quite inspirational, and especially how I'm gonna leave it with a little teaser, AGT inspiration, and so that's the guy's video. What I highly recommend is watching this clip all the way through the end and watch when they're interviewing him after he's done performing and talking to him. Some of his comments and his insights, and the surprise of who has or has not heard him sing is just really, really quite inspirational. So I highly recommend that video. And that, Robert, I think you would agree. Would you? Thoughts on that one, Robert?
Yeah, I do agree, and it kind of reminds me of the Susan Boyle one from years ago. With,
Yes.
Same kind
Yeah.
of thing. She gets up there and she's all frumpy, and you just are blown away at the voice that comes out of that body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. It's a good lesson in kind of not judging folks, and they kind of touch on that a little bit about how Howard Stern talks about how he kind of prejudged him before he got up there, and didn't expect what came out of his mouth and stuff like that. So so there you go. Those are some of the great videos that we've shared. I encourage everyone to go to coachinghangout.com and just keep in the comments. There's the comments below. They're going to continue to remain there. I encourage all you guys to go ahead and continue to add more video links as you find ones that you love. I'm going to sometime later this week, I'm going to add a couple of my other favorites. Charlie Bit My Finger is a classic on YouTube that a lot of people know that I find super entertaining. There's one that involves unicorns and rainbows and is just completely inappropriate. It involves rainbows, unicorns, and kidney stealing. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll post that later on this week as well. There's a lot of amazing, amazing stuff on YouTube. So let's just kind of create a long series of great links on Coaching Hangout where people can go and see some great videos. I need to get going back into my meeting, so I'm going to wrap this episode up a little bit early. Next week, I don't know who will be on. Maybe I'll invite the great Robert McPhee and see if he wants to be interviewed about masterminding. I already gave a little teaser a couple weeks ago about masterminding, but maybe if we're all really, really nice, we can talk Robert into coming in as a special guest and being interviewed on masterminding. What do people think? Oh, yes, twisting his arm. I'm going to take that as I will get with him. We will schedule, and tentatively right now, Robert McPhee will be our special guest next week, and we will interview him on masterminding, and probably even open it up after a little bit of maybe 30 minutes of overview. Oh, and next week is Halloween, so thank you for the reminder, Tom. Dress up next week for the interview with Robert McPhee. It is Halloween, and so come in your favorite costume. Maybe I will try to come as Robert McPhee, which means I just have to buy some stilts and.
Why don't you and I dress? We'll dress as each other, Sean. How about that?
Perfect. We'll figure that out. We'll figure. Yeah, that'll. Well, I don't know what that'll look like. I'm scared of it though. So I will give everybody an update. I'll set up the next event and send out the email and the event invite to everybody. But once I get Robert, assume we're on the schedule and it works. I'll send it out.
I just put it on my calendar. I am available next week, and I just put it on my calendar. So just we'll connect ahead of time and figure out how we're going to do it. But
perfect.
Might even
So
be
then
good to have let's try and get a couple of our people who were in the last meetings to join us as well.
Perfect. Well, yeah, we'll work that out. We'll get on. We'll have deep insights into the power of masterminding. I gave you guys a little tease about what it was a couple weeks ago. We'll go deep into masterminding next week. So thanks you guys for joining me. Thank you for sharing your videos that were all so unbelievably, wonderfully inappropriate, and I enjoyed them all. And next week will be Robert with masterminding. So I will see you guys all then. Sound good?
All right. Thanks, Sean.
Great.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers, everybody.
See you guys.